Hello, my wonderful friends. I hope you guys have had a great day. I am Cassie with Created by Cassie, and I'm so thankful that you are choosing to spend your time with me tonight. We're going to have such a great time. I am working with a new bundle from our upcoming mini catalog, and it's so darn cute. It's so cute. I saw it, and I was like, immediately, I have to have that. So, we're going to work with that tonight. But first, if this is your first time watching me, go ahead and put this emoji down in the comments so that I can say hello and welcome you to my channel. Make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel and you hit the bell so you're notified whenever I go live or post a video. Like and share. That will really help my channel grow. All right, let's see. I love to send out cards, so I would love to send you a card in the mail. I have a link in my description that you can sign up for my email list and my card list. So if you're interested in that, definitely go to my description and check that out. All right, so tonight's bundle, I didn't announce it last week because I wasn't quite sure. I hadn't got my order in yet, so I wasn't sure. But we are working with the Jolly Delivery Bundle. Hey, Debbie, how are you? Doing good. We are working with the Jolly Delivery Bundle or the North Pole Delivery Suite. I'm going to show you all the things. I'm going to show you the cool die that comes with it, how to work with it, because it took me a good 15 minutes to figure it out. Hey, Jackie. Oh, not the first time you're bringing. Oh, South Florida. Nice. Hope it's nice and warm down there. Not too warm, though. All right, I'm going to go ahead and point you down and show you all the fun things. All right, so this is the bundle. Hey, Marrier, how are you doing? Oh, yes, I'm looking forward to it, too. All right, so this is the Jolly Delivery stamp set, and I'm going to show you all the products for the, I keep forgetting the suite name, but for the suite. But this is the Jolly Delivery stamp set. I think it's the North Pole Delivery Suite. But this is the stamp set. So we have Hoping This Christmas is the Most Magical Yet, From Me to You, Special Delivery, From Here to There, Sending Merry Tidings, Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes, and From the North Pole. Isn't that so cute? And we have some, they have some letters here in a little box, mailbox here that you can put the letters in, which I'm going to do that. I'm going to work with that. Look at this cute little kitty cat right there. And we've got a little dog, and this one, he's carrying a little letter, and the cute, cute bear. And it is a photopolymer stamp set. And the dies that go along with this are these right here. So we have the cutouts for the, let's see, for the bear. Let's go this way. This will be easier. So it cuts out the bear, both dogs, because you got these two, and the cat. The cat is a little strange to figure out how to get him on, but because it's not, to me, he was supposed to go like this, but he goes like this. So, and then we get, we can cut out the present, the little tiny present here. The circle is for this little North Pole image here, and the mailbox, and the cute little paw prints right here. And the amazing die that comes with it is this right here, and it makes a cute, cute little box, like an envelope kind of box. I'm going to show you how to use that tonight. And these little pieces right here, they fit right here. Can you see these little, they have these little indents right there. So they lock in with those little points there, if you can see that. See, it has those little indents there, and then these have these little points. It locks right in there. If I can get it. There we go. And when you cut it out, it does a little special trick there. I'm going to show you that here in a second. But also with this suite, we get this gorgeous, gorgeous ribbon. It is the white, I think it's the fluffy, yeah, fluffy trim. And guys, it is so fluffy and so pretty. I don't know if you can tell how thick it is, but oh, it's so pretty. I have enjoyed working with this so much. And we have our embellishments. These are the deer dots, and it has 4 different colors. So we've got Poppy Parade. This is Petal Pink. This is Balmy Blue and Garden Green. So fun. I wasn't sure about these at first, but I'm really enjoying them. And I just don't want to lose these because I would do that. The paper, have to show you the paper. So this is the North Pole Delivery specialty paper. And this is one of the sheets here. Isn't this so fun? You got all these letters that you can fussy cut out, do so much with. And the back side here is a cute little checker pattern. Then we have, look at these dogs. We have like a little golden retriever here. He's so stinking cute. The cat that cuts out is the black and white one here. And the dog that cuts out is the one right here that is walking this way. There's some that walk that way, and it cuts out, pretty sure it's the one, yeah, it's the one that goes this way. So you can fussy cut the other one out. But this one also has a dog with a little, pulling a little sled, other letters and little packages. It's such a fun set of paper. In the back here, that's a pretty cool pattern there with all the letters. And then this one's adorable. This is little cars. So you've got a, I think that's a dog. And then we've got the little fox, I think that is, and then a bunny rabbit. They're so cute. And then the back of this is the North Pole, kind of like little logo-y things and stamps. So cute. And then this one, our bear cuts out here for this one here with the little presents on top. He's so cute. But we have like a little squirrel running off with a package. We've got a little owl delivering a letter. There's a little bunny here, a little hedgehog, and he's walking his letter on his back. And there's a cute little mouse. Oh, that's a squirrel. That's a squirrel. I don't know what the other one is. That looks like a squirrel too, but no, this is a chipmunk. And where's the little mouse? Here he is. He's so stinking cute. The package is bigger than he is. So cute. The back of this one is a fun polka dot kind of pattern. It's a balmy blue on the back, and then the polka dots are white. And then this is my favorite page. And I'm going to show you how I used this. This is such a fun page. And the back of this one has little mailboxes, and these, some of these do cut out with this die here, like this one right here. So your die does match with that. And this comes with little cutouts here. So it's got 2 pages of them. So you get 1 page here. I've used a couple. I've used the little sled guy and this one, but all the other ones are on this first page here. So cute. And then I'm just going to pop this over here so I don't lose any. And then we've got this one here that has all the cute little houses to make little scenes. You've got the little cars and some of those mailboxes and letters. And then you've, of course, got the North Pole. Such a fun suite. I have enjoyed working with this. And one of the other products that I'm using tonight, I wanted to show you because this is absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to work with it more. This is the Silent Snowfall Specialty Designer Series paper, and I'm going to see if you can tell. I'm really hoping you can. You see those snowflakes on it? They're embossed in there, and they are stunning. This paper is gorgeous. I'm going to be using a lot of it. So that is another upcoming item that I'm going to be loving and working a lot with. All right, so let's go ahead and do our first project, and I'll do the one with the fun die here. So this is the little box that this huge die makes. Isn't this so cute? And this is the back. It pops, those pop up, and then you open it, and you can put stuff down in there. Isn't that so fun? And then you just close this up, pop those back down, and it's all closed. So cute. All right, so for this one's actually pretty easy. So when I cut out this piece here, it goes this way through your machine. You can pick any of the three of these. So there's a circle, a star, and a heart. And this one is the star, but you just lock it in on those three little dots right there, and then you run it through, and it's going to pop out with this. And this is only cut out on the edges here, because that's what's the closure for the back right here. I couldn't figure that out. I was like, what is this for? And I didn't know what those dies were for, but that's what they're for. So for this, what I did, I actually cut out a piece of that white snowflake paper, and I'm just going to trim these sides off a little bit, because I don't need all that side. I just need it to go down enough that it kind of gives me the pretty inside that I'm looking for. So I'm just trimming this side off here, and I can trim this bottom too. How has your week been so far? I know it's only Monday. All right, so for this, I'm going to actually go ahead and bone fold all these, because it's definitely necessary on this one. And it does have quite a few things to fold. Let's get this one here. And I did glue mine. I don't know if, because it didn't really look like it had to be glued, but I glued mine together because I thought that it would hold things better than if it just popped all the way open. So I used glue. Let's see. And then we've got this one here and this one. All right, did I get them all? Nope, I missed one. All right. So how this goes together, you're going to have your little cutout piece, the little closure is going to be down at the bottom. And so our little tabs at the bottom are going to fit inside. These are going in first, and then this piece comes up this way. So then the lid can come down and go through these little holes. But I wanted my inside to be kind of pretty, so I die cut this out, and I'm going to bone fold this as well. I'm going to bone fold it this way because this is the way that it's going to be on the inside here. And I'm just going to make sure and see if it fits or if I need to trim it at all. Trim on the side there. Oh, quiet few days. Good. Oh, creating cards. Oh, nice. Yeah, I love creating cards. I was all weekend I was in my craft room having a blast. All right, let's see. All right, that's going to close perfect. All right, so I just took my liquid glue here. I'm sorry about that. There apparently is a dog outside. And that scared me. I jumped, so I'm sure you guys did too, probably. All right, so I'm just going to line this up with this cut out right here. I just got glue on me. And I'm going to push this piece down. I'm just trying to make sure you can't see too much of it on the outside and that it folds. So we definitely want it to fold. All right, and then I'm going to put some glue down here. And then I'm just going to attach that. I thought it would be nice to have a cute little inside too. And it made it a little bit more sturdy. Not that it wasn't super sturdy, but it just made it a little bit more sturdy. All right. So what I did, I put a little bit of glue on the tabs. And I'm just going to line up the edges right here. And they've already mitered it for you, so it's it fits perfect. I mean, look at those crisp corners right there. So pretty. I love how it goes together. Oops, I bone folded that one wrong. Let's see. There we go. All right. Hi, Amy. How you doing? Hope you had a good day. All right, so I'm going to put glue there, hoping that one stays, and then I'm going to glue this side too. I'm going to hold that for a second, because this, I had a hard time getting it to stick. I had to hold it for a second, because it's so small. It's like it didn't want to stick. All right. All right, then all we do is we put our two little tabs up here down, and I'm going to put these in here, and I'm going to do this one at a time. You want to make sure this bottom corner of this one is going to match up with the bottom corner of this bottom here, because that's what gives you that crisp edge there. So I'm just going to kind of put my finger where this stops so I don't put too much glue. And I'm just going to line these two corners up down here and then hold this together. And I definitely recommend waiting on this one, because I did one and I thought that I had it, you know, all crisp and everything, but it shifted because it wasn't dry, and then it was crooked. All right, now I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down here. I'm going to do the same thing. Just going to make sure that it's nice and straight. Got those crisp lines. This is such a fun little box. Yep. So cute. And this one I did the star. I wanted to see how that one worked. My sample here I did with that cute little heart. All right. And now I'm going to pop these guys up. He's stuck here. There we go. And then I'm just going to kind of pinch them together so that they kind of stay up. And then keep those popped in. The first couple times you put it in, it's you're going to kind of have to hold it because it's not quite used to being used. There we go. Well, I had it. There we go. It's just the first one or two times it does this, and then it's not at all a problem. There we go. It's just got to learn it. get all its folding in. There we go. Look how cute that is. That's so darn cute. Wouldn't that be fun if we put like a piece of gold or something over that? Oh, that would be adorable. And we've got our nice crisp edges here, crisp lines. Oh, it got a little crooked. It's because I played with it. It wasn't dry. It's okay. That's what happens when it's not dry. It's all good. All right, so we're going to decorate it. So this is what I did for the sample. And I am going to do something similar. So I have these cut out. And how I did this, because I love this paper. So it comes like this. And what I do is I line it up with the track on the one above it. So for like this one, I would line it up with the brown of the top of the bottom here of this one to give me as much sky as I can get. And then I would do the same here. So it comes out in a strip like this. It is cute, isn't it? It's adorable. So to get these little strips, I did this, and then you can cut them down as you want. And I think I did, yep, this is the one I did there. So let's go this way on this one. And let's see. Yeah, we'll just cut the side off. It'll be all good. Is this the top? Yep. All right, so I'm just going to snip this a touch, and then I'm going to cut it off right at the edge after I've glued it. Let's see. Let's go this way. I want the trees. All right, so I'm going to go to here. I found it was easier to trim it than to cut it, try to cut it exactly on the trimmer. Hey, Jen, how are you? Yeah, this is the Jolly Delivery Bundle, the North Pole Delivery Suite. So I'm just going to take my snips and snip this right off, just like that. Isn't that cute? All right, then what we're going to do is I'm going to get, and actually this, I had a hard time with this because this is actual like white. It's not like our basic white, it's like white. So using the White Willow cardstock is necessary for this one, at least for me. And I'm just going to stick this down here. This one I used my glimmer paper, but I want to show that you don't have to use glimmer paper. If you don't have it, you guys just know I love my glimmer paper. All right, so we are going to cut this at 1 1/4, and then I can just snip it. There we go. Yep. I'm just going to cut a little bit off. And actually let's take another 1/8 off. That's my guess measuring there. That works. If you have a little bit of a gap, it's okay because we're going to put our fun furry trim on. I love that stuff. It's so much fun. All right, so for this, I'm going to put some, let me put the glue on here actually. That way I don't make a mess. Get this side's down. Yeah, I got the White Willow cardstock at OnStage, and I was like, what am I going to do with this? I use basic white. And they're very different colors, surprisingly. And so it's just been sitting on my shelf, and then I was playing around with this, and I'm like, why doesn't this not look right? And the basic white just didn't go with it. So I got the White Willow out, and it's perfect. Isn't that pretty? I cut that a little crooked. Probably because it went together crooked. Isn't that cute? Then I'm going to take the fun furry trim here. Love this stuff. And I'm just going to kind of cut a little piece off here. And what I did, you don't have to. It is pretty the size that it is, but I cut it in half because it was awful big on this one. And I just was like, I want it a little smaller. And it is a little bit messy when you are cutting it. And I actually thought it was pretty nice, even if you are not straight with it, because it's really hard to be straight, as you can see. Because it kind of makes it look like, you know, that snow cap kind of look. So that's going to just go right here. And I used my tear-in tape and put that somewhere right here. And this is a bit thicker than the trim, but I just used my little pointer tool, like the take your pick tool, and I pushed it up, and you didn't even notice that it was there. All right. See if I can get this off. I was having trouble with it earlier today. It didn't want to work. There we go. Then I'm just going to set this across. And you can go where you go kind of like up a little bit like that. Or you can go straight, however it floats your boat. I'm going to put this down just a little because it showed the round there. Isn't that fun? It kind of gives like a nice little landscape. So then I'm just going to trim these off. See how easy this is? And then there is a little bit of the adhesive there, so I'm just going to push it under, and it just goes. And then you won't even see it. And it actually gets it to stick pretty good. You can pull it off pretty easily. I mean, it stays put, but if you mess up, you can take it off. There we go. And now you don't see that. How cute is that? Ugh, I love this trim. Which is funny because what was it, the purple trim that we had that was very, very thin with one of the floral sets that we have. I did not like that trim. And it was like this. It was kind of fuzzy on one side and not on the other. But this one, I don't really want to put it in a bow. Yeah, he's going to be way too big. So let's grab our cute little ephemers here. I got to grab it on my little board. Whoops. Because otherwise they're all going to come off. All right, let's see. We'll do this cute little hedgehog. He's so stinking cute. We'll put him maybe like right here. And where's another small one? Here's the little chipmunk. Actually, let's do this little squirrel. And he's going to be looking back at the hedgehog. That's cute. So that you see them up close. Aren't they cute? The little squirrel is kind of looking back at the cute little hedgehog that has the little letter on his back. All right, I'm going to grab my dimensionals that I just threw across my desk. Here we go. And I'm going to put he could actually do with a large one. So I have to start a new pack. I just finished my other one. I think you can actually do a big one too. Let's see. Yep, and then maybe one of these that stick back here. There we go. So we're going to put the cute little squirrel right here. And then we're going to do our cute little hedgehog. Let's do him kind of down here going up. Isn't that cute? Then what I did for this one, I did the our new trim, balmy blue, not trim ribbon, I mean, balmy blue sheer ribbon. And this is beautiful. Look at that shine and shimmer. I liked it there on the top. So what I did is I took a little bit of this, stuck it underneath there, and just cut a little bit off. And I'm just going to close this so that it is straight across this middle part right here. And I'm going to stick it down like that and close it back up. And again, it gets, once you've done this a couple times, it remembers. All right. Then I am just going to, I have to tie it backwards because then the bow will be facing the front. All right, so we're going to make a little bow here. And this ribbon is so easy to work with. I absolutely love it. As I struggle with it. It's just because I don't have, my box isn't stable. All right. Come here, sir. There we go. Where'd the end go? Here we go. All right. Pull it tight and make it small. There we go. That's better. All right. And what I did was I put a glue dot under it, and I did an actual glue dot instead of my little ones that I love out of the kits and stuff, because this is so much stickier and it needed it to stay put. There we go. It's a little crooked. It's okay. The whole thing is crooked. It's going to be my angle with it. All right. Then I'm just going to snip these down. Let's see. There we go. He's a sad looking little bow. Sorry. It's such a nice day here. It's finally not raining, and so there's actual dogs walking. My bow's a little crazy, but it's okay. And for this one, I used my favorite ones. These are the peppermints. We could not keep these in stock last year, but I thought that it called for it with the red and white on it. So I used these on it. And they turned out so cute. I have a ton of these because I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to get them again, because every time they went out of stock, it was like you couldn't get them. You had to get them within the first couple hours. Let's stick this one. Let's stick it up here. There we go. And that's our first project. Isn't that cute? And you can put Wink of Stella down here to make it shimmery instead of the I might have to close the door, although Winston, one of my dogs, he knows how to open doors because I have those handles for my knobs. Well, not a knob, it's a handle. And he can reach it and he pops it. I don't know if you can see the glimmer. So pretty. And I also did a little on one of the other projects with the little trees. And then the little things on the windows. Thank you, Marrier. Isn't that pretty? This one's a much better, looking box. This one, it moved on me when I was gluing. But that is our first project. Isn't that so cute? Oh, I love it. The die is such a fun die to play with. I really enjoyed it. I just had a hard time at first because I was like, how does this work? but I'm showing you all the tips and tricks. All right, let's go next to this one here. This one's so cute. So this one, when I saw his little red sweater, I was like, I can just see that unraveling. So I used our red and white twine, whatever it's called, and I made it so that his sweater was kind of unwinding. Because it does have little, I don't think you can see it, but there's little white stripes kind of going through it. But isn't that cute? And we have a little mailbox here with the letter coming out. So cute. And he's holding the letter, so I was like, oh, well, he's unwinding. He's pulling letters behind him. And then it opens this way. It says Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes. And then it opens this way. And that's the little kitty cat that the die cut cuts out. And that says, hoping this Christmas is the most magical yet. Isn't that so fun? So cute. And these are the deer dots. I love these balmy blue ones. All right. For this one, I am actually using Pool Party instead of balmy blue, just because I thought that it was a little bit softer. And a bone folder. I have one card that goes up and down, and then one card that is going to go sideways. And I am just going to glue these together. They are just slightly smaller. The top one is just slightly smaller. And all I'm going to do is glue this one to the top of the other card. It opens that way. Yep. Okay. And stick that down. All right, just like that. So now we have an opening here and an opening here. So we've got our base here. All right, then what I did, I cut out the seam the same way I showed you, where I cut it kind of like right at the edge right here. I think this was the bottom piece. And for this one, I did cut it to the exact length because it's kind of like regular paper for this one, whereas with the box, it depended on how it moved. You might not have it completely straight, but this one does have straight lines, so I cut the edges with the trimmer, and I'm just going to glue this down, and I'm going to do it right at the very, very top of our card here. Just going to scooch this up so I know it's at the top there, just like that. Isn't that seam so cute? All right, then we have our retired basic white glimmer paper. You can definitely use the silver. I'm pretty sure it's silver out of the, this is also in the online. This is the online exclusive. Maybe it's might be the mini, I can't remember. We do have this silvery kind of paper coming out, glimmer paper. So you can use that instead if you want. I just have a lot of this white, so I keep using it. All right, so that's just going to go right here. And what I'm actually going to do first is I'm going to put down my white willow so that I can get it exactly at the end, at the bottom here. And this is white willow. Just funny because I was like, I'm never going to use that. What am I going to use it for? And here I'm using it. I think Jen actually told me that. I was like, does somebody want this? Because I'm not going to use it. And she's like, you're going to need it at some point. And sure enough, I did. All right. Okay, now I'm going to put this down. And that'll make it a little bit cleaner of an edge. And I still get my bunch of my glimmer here. So I'm just going to glue this down. And it's okay that it overlaps because we are going to put our trim over it. Or snow is what I'm calling it. Alright, so just like that. So I started with the top one and put the bottom one, and then this is covering a little bit of both of these. So there's not really a gap. And then I'm going to take the trim and I'm going to do this one so you can see it with it full, the full size. And where did my, here it is. I'm going to use my tear and tape here. And I'm just going to go from one side to the other. I don't know if you guys ever watched any of my early videos, but last year, one of my absolute favorite Christmas stamp sets was the Yuletide Village. And this kind of makes me think of that because I made so many things with that Yuletide Village. I'll never get rid of it. I love that set. It's retired now, but oh, it's my favorite. All right, I'm going to pull that up. Whoops, that came off with it. Stay down there. But I made a video with that one last year. One of my first YouTube videos, actually. It's probably not that great of a video, but the card is really good. It's so stinking pretty. All right, so I'm just going to put this here at the edge, and I'm actually going to kind of move this up like it's got little hills here around this part right here where the snow is, because I can't do that really with the little house or business, whatever that is, little village. All right. Just like that. Isn't that cute? So darn cute. Just got all these fuzzy things everywhere. All right, you got a stick. All right, and I'm just going to trim this right at the edge. There we go. And on this side a little bit. Are you stuck? All right. Trim that off right there. Isn't that pretty? I like it either way because this way is a little bit smaller, but this one's a little bit bigger. This the actual size of the ribbon. So pretty. One second, I'm going to close the door and lock it. All right, maybe now it'll be a little bit quieter. Hopefully he just doesn't break the door or scratch the door too much. All right. Now I'm going to do the part down here too. So I'm going to put this tear and tape down here. Let's see. There we go. Oh, I ripped paper. It got stuck on there. All right. I'm going to push that down really good. And pull this off. And then we're going to do that all over again. I'm just going to grab my trim here. And I'm going to do the same thing. Oh, I got a little bit of fuzz there. Now he's going to stand. Can you guys hear them still barking? Oh, that's Dublin. He's definitely a mama's boy, and he can't be in here with me, so he's going to go crazy. All right. Here we go. Isn't that cute? I like it kind of wavy like that. There we go. And then I'm going to trim this a little bit. So cute. It's like a little village scene. If you guys could still hear him, let me know, and I'll let him in, and I'll keep Winston out. It's because it's been raining so much, so everybody is outside walking right now. All right, so for the front here, I've already cut everything out, and I have the red and white twine, which I'm pretty sure this is still current. I haven't noticed that it hasn't been in stock. All right, so I already die cut this cute little guy out right here, and I'm going to put him up with dimensionals. And here's these. I got this one stuck. I had a couple on one of the projects I was working on, and I don't know about you guys, but if I don't like it, I tear it apart. I save what I can save of it and reuse it, and that was one of the dimensionals I could reuse. All right. Here we go. So he is just going to, I'm going to put him a little bit higher this time, I think. He's going to go on the glimmer there. And then I'm just going to cut some of this. What I did, I took one of these little glue dots here, and I stuck it kind of on the side of his little jacket right here. You can see, like, right there. And I'm going to attach that right to the dot and kind of fray that edge so it kind of looks like it's coming unraveled right there. And then I'm just going to kind of wind this around. I didn't have a rhyme or reason, I just kind of wound it around. And let's have it going down this way. Go this way. We gotta be able to see it behind the mailbox. All right. And I'm gonna grab my mailbox here. Where'd it go? Mr. Mailbox. Don't tell me I didn't cut it. I could have sworn I cut it. It's not in here, so let's cut one. Or let's pick one from here. I think they had some small ones. Yep. We will go with this one. I'll find it as soon as the live is over. I think it was last week I was working with the little stars on the Just a Note bundle. I remember I was like, oh, I have to cut another one later because I can't find it. Yeah, it was in the dog's bed beside me, so it fell, but I found it. All right, so I'm gonna stick this down in the snow here, just like that. And now that I kind of got a picture of how I want this, I'm going to take these dots here, these little glue dots. These are much smaller and you can't see them. And kind of roll that. And then I'm just going to stick it down and put the twine on top of that. There we go. And that's just going to keep it in place a little bit. Let's see. I like it on the glimmer because you can't tell. It just blends right in. And here we go. Let's put this one there. And you don't need too many, just kind of around the curve. And then we'll do right off the edge right here. Well, let's go like this. Make it a little weird looking. So that's kind of how dogs run anyways, right? All right. So I'm going to have it go off up here. Right there. All right. I might have to put another glue dot right there. I didn't pull it completely tight. All right. And there we go. All right. So now I can trim that off. And how cute is that? He's just unwinding his little sweater there. All right, and then I have, you know what? I had little envelopes with stuff, I think, is what I must have moved them. All right, so for this one, we have the smaller. So I'm going to do this one here. And then we have this little letter and this one. 1 second. Stop your barking. All right. Even if you can't hear them, they're distracting me. All right. So I am going to place these with my little dimensional minis. And it is, yeah, fun and playful. It is. It's adorable. I love this little set. So I'm just going to take this one here. Let's put this one right there. Stick a little one here. All right. Too bad I took their crates down. I could have put them in their crate. But I decided to take them down because they only used them when I first left the house, and then they didn't really use them too much. So I was like, I don't need to have them out then. All right, and so this one, I'm going to stick this right here. Actually, let's move this one to like here. And then for right here, I actually cut that from the little, I think it was this one. This little tiny one here. I cut like a little bit of an angle. And where'd my glue go? Oh, guys, I'm really sorry. It is just one of those days with so many dogs walking. This is normal for them. But it's usually completed by now. They usually are done with this. All right. Isn't that cute? It's like it's popping right out of there. All right. So that, oh, we've got to do our little bow here. All right. And I'm going to do a double bow with this. So I'm just going to cut that in half there, and I'm just going to do a little bow. Maybe. I might cut it too short. Here we go. Come back here. All right. There we go. Cute little tiny bow. And I am going to glue dot that right here on this edge right here. And that's to kind of camouflage it a little bit when it's going off the page. And I thought it kind of looked cute with the little bow there too. There we go. And then snip these off. Whoops, got it stuck to me. Here we go. Isn't that cute? Then for this page here, what I did, I cut out a piece of, I actually think this is basic white, because it's on the inside and you couldn't tell. So this is basic white, and we are going to stamp with our stamp set the Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes with this one here. And I actually use Poppy Parade. Do you guys use Poppy Parade a lot? I don't. I actually didn't have it until maybe 6 months ago. I got it from my upline Jen, and then I just bought a new one because I was having trouble with that one. There we go. And I got my fingers in that. All right. And I'm just going to do this in the center right here, or what I think is the center. There we go. Well, that's a little crooked. Isn't that pretty? Let's do that again on the other side. It's the best thing about our paper. If you mess up, you can do it on the other side, even with red. Let's see. All right, that's better. All right, so that is going to be glued right here. Make sure I don't have any red I'm going to get on here. And so I'm just going to glue this kind of to the top here. Like this. Did I do the wrong side? I might have. It's okay. And then I cut out these from the DSP. I just fussy cut them. And I'm just going to randomly, like, there's my, I knew I cut my mailbox out. He blended in with all the presents. All right, this one's the end. And then I just kind of put them in a, not a line, but, you know, kind of sort of a line. Because I thought it looked kind of like a fun little bottom to it. And then I just glued these down. And I love all these little letters that they have in here. They're all very different. I mean, they have them the same, obviously, but they have a lot of different options. And they have them in different sizes, which is amazing. So you can use it for multiple things. All right, and I'm going to stick this one here. I just want to cover that corner there. And he's going to, yep, he's going to cover right there. Perfect. Actually, let's put that. All right. And then I'm going to put this like that. So then you don't see the bottom of that edge. Isn't that cute? And then for, whoops, the inside here, I did another piece of basic white, and I stamped on this one, hoping this Christmas is the most magical yet. And that one is also from this set. And let's see, let's use this block here. And I also did this in Poppy Parade, because that's one of the colors. This DSP has a ton of colors in it. I was like, which colors go with this? And it was like half the thing of colors. All right, I'm just going to stamp this down here in the bottom. This Poppy Parade is so pretty with this card. All right, and then we have our cute little kitty cat, and he's so fun because he has this little pouch of like letters on him, like he's delivering the letters. So cute. Whoever worked on this design did a really good job because it's stinking cute. All right, I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. And And then I just glued these right on that basic white right here. It's almost like he's flying. I mean, he does have the little antler headband. All right. Isn't that cute? So fun. All right. And then for our embellishments, I use the deer dots that are with this suite. And I use the blue on this one. Let's do the green on this one. And they have two sizes. They have a little, like a medium-ish size, and then like the small, which I really like. I don't like them when they're too big. So we'll put that one there, and then we'll do two little ones. So let's do one here. Oh, look, I've got my ribbon stuck. And then we'll put this one right here. And that is project number 2. Hey, Carol, how are you? And so it opens this way. And then this way. How cute is that? I love this little design. It's so cute and so pretty. All right, for our final project, this is a really fun one. This is a little hot chocolate packet holder. So you open it up, and you've got your little place to do your message, and then I just wrapped up the little hot chocolate piece in some pumpkin paper, so it's in there. I'll show you how I did that. But isn't this so cute? It's got the snow paper back there, and then it's got that cute bear that and he, yeah, I die cut him. He's not the paper. He's he's not the ephemera. He's the die cut. I'm going to try one more time. Hopefully, it's getting dark, so hopefully everybody's done walking. This is not normal for them to bark this late. All right. For this one, I have Petal Pink as my card base here. And I have it cut, let's see, I wrote it down, 3 3/4 by 11. And then I've scored it at 2 1/4, 2 1/2, and 7 1/4 on with the long side up. And for this, all right, I got Dublin with me now, and Winston's outside, and he's the crazy one. All right, so I am going to bone fold these edges. And it's just this little tiny piece down at the bottom, and that just is going to hold that little packet, which I have that packet in here. Because it's got that little bit of a bottom, so it just lets it sit there nice and then kind of close. There we go. And then it just lets it close nicely on top. All right, so then I am going to bone fold this one here. And I'm actually going to start on the inside. And I'm going to use the Balmy Blue, I gotta remember these names, sheer ribbon. And I'm just going to stick it right across here. And then I'm just going to cut some. I just want to make sure that I have enough to tie a bow. All right, and then I have a piece of basic white, don't I? I thought I cut a piece. We're going to cut a piece right now. And this is 3, I think that's 3 1/4. Where did my little measuring tape go? Here it is. 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. All right, and this one I'm just doing basic white. If it's not near like the DSP, you can't really tell the difference. All right, so 4 1/2, 3 1/2. There we go. All right. Yep. All right, and then for our sentiment in here, I used the From the North Pole on here, and that one is here in the set as well. And it's this one right here. You can tell which ones I've used. There we go. And then, oh, that's too small of a block. Let's get this one. And then, again, I use Poppy Parade. And I put this kind of up towards the top of the piece of basic white. I'm actually going to stamp off here just to make sure, because this one's a little, okay, good. This one's a little of a challenge with me. That the E and then the FR, they kind of run together. There we go. That's a much prettier one. It's so pretty. I can close it here. All right. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this down with the ribbon underneath it. And I'm going to make sure that the little base is at the bottom here. And I'm just going to take my green glue and I'm going to put some glue there, and then I'm just going to do a little line of glue across the top and bottom here where the ribbon is going to be. Make that hopefully straight. All right, and then I'm just going to line this up in the center. And that green glue gives you that time to make sure your ribbon is center. Looks pretty center. All right. Scoot this one over. There we go. And then down here, I did 2 of those cutouts that I fussy cut from the DSP. And those are right here, I think. Nope. It's this one. Here they are. Right? That's the top. That's the front. This is it. That's where my piece is. I'm too organized. I'm like, I know I have it somewhere, but then I lose where I put it. All right. So I'm going to take the pink present, and I'm going to have that one here, and then the balmy blue is going to kind of go beside it. And I just glued those down. And then I'm going to glue this one too. Let's see. Here we go. Isn't that cute? It's adorable. And down here, You guys kind of fell off there. I put some of these, peppermints, which I have lost. They're somewhere around here. When I find them, we'll put them on there. All right, and then now we're going to go to this part right here. So I have, this piece is the snow. I forget what it's called. Falling snow or silent snowfall, with the embossed snowflakes here. And I am just going to glue that right there. There we go. Right there in the middle. Whoops. And look how cute that is, the little guy in the truck. Little fox. All right, so for this, keep those right there. You stay right there, don't move. When I fussy cut it out, it has the little tree here. And I didn't want a tree there. I wanted presents. So I cut the tree out, which is actually pretty easy to do. And then I popped it up on dimensionals, but I didn't cut that straight to get in all the pieces off there. I popped it up on my dimensionals. Oh, there's the peppermints. Dimensionals are right here. All right. And let's do one here at the top. And I just stuck him right here. And then I took my presents that I cut out. So this one we can throw away so I don't get it confused. I did 5 presents. There's 1, 2, 3 in the back of the truck, and then 2 to the side. For 2 of those, I used the presents on the back of this dog. I don't know what kind of dog. Is that a Saint Bernard? Whatever dog this is. This was at the edge of the paper, so I couldn't really use him unless I only used the top part of him. So I was like, well, I'll just use the presents. So I just fussy cut these little presents out. We've got to use all our product, right? Can't let it go to waste. And I didn't really cut the bows out very good, but it's still pretty. And got that one, and then this cute little blue, balmy blue. I don't know why it feels a little bit more pool party to me, even though it's balmy blue. It's a little bit lighter to me. All right. So we have those, and I have the little pink one from the DSP, and I'm going to grab a dimensional, put a mini one on here since it's little, and I just got stuck on me here. I just took it and I tucked it in the corner here until you couldn't see behind the corner, like that there was nothing in the corner. So it's full of the present. And then I did the little blue one. Put a dimensional on that. And I just tucked it in here, down in this little alcove right here. There we go. And then, I think this is the red one. Yep, this little tiny red one. This was from I don't remember which piece of paper it was from, but it was from the DSP. Whoops. And the dimensional just fits this one. And this one's going to go right here kind of on the top. I'm going to cover up that. There we go. Like that. Just made my own little packaging here. And then for these, I have them off to the side right here. Kind of like they're falling off. And I'm just going to stick this one here. And this is the teeny weeny one, so I've got to cut a little piece off. Let's see, go this way. And I think that might be too long. Maybe not. That'll work. All right. And then stuck that one right there. Isn't that cute? I thought that was so fun with the little presents there. All right, and then we can work on our front here. And for, this doesn't seem like it's very bone folded. For the front, I used another piece of the Silent Snowfall. I'll eventually know all these names. Silent Snowfall paper. And it's going to hang off the edge down here at the bottom. Like this. And I did that intentionally because I didn't want it to be glued to this bottom part here. So I am going to stick my finger right where I don't want glue. I'm going to go right above that or below it. And then just put a little bit of glue. And then I'm just going to center that here. And the way that I did the cutting, like the measurements, when this is closed, you're not going to see that piece underneath. This piece here, it covers it. All right. Then I have the bear, and where did I put those? I just had them. They were in a little thing like this. Guys, it's one of those days. That's that one. I just had it. It's not in there. It's right under my nose. I know it is. All right, well, we're going to cut it then. We'll use the dog instead because I have that one cut out. So he will go there in the, well, let me see if they have the ephemera pieces. We can use that. And then as soon as we're done, I'm going to find them. Because that's how it works. All right, so we can use, we don't have the bear with the, okay, they do, right here. Here we go. And then he goes right here in the center. And then I have a couple of these presents, and then I have that little mailbox, which is right here. Let's just use this one I already cut out, the pink one. So we'll use this one. Maybe it went under my laptop. Nope. All right, then I can just, I have a bunch of random pieces here that I can piece together. All right, so we are going to pop up the bear. And he's going to go right there in the middle. And that one. There we go. Isn't he cute? I think this is it. All right. So for the letters, I have a bunch of them in here. We'll do this one. Let's see. I don't have any of the big ones in here. Hey Maggie, how are you? All right, let me cut them out of this thing right here. This has the big ones in it. And my scissors. So we will do one of these. Sorry guys, I'm usually much more together than this. And I know for a fact I cut these out. I just don't know where they went. All right, and then I had one of these up here. I think I had. Let's cut this out. These are real easy to cut out too. Let's see. All right. So we can put, oh, I did that with the bow too. Look at this one without the bow. There we go. And so this brown one here is going to be glued. Just going to glue that one down. And then the lighter colored letter, I'm going to put a dimensional on that one. And it's going to go around here. I put my bear up higher. It's all right. We'll put this right here. There we go. All right. And then our mailbox. Yes, isn't the bear so cute? He's adorable. I love him. He's one of my favorites. Here it is. And I popped this up as well. There's my big ones. Here they are. I only need one. And I'm going to stick this one right here at kind of a little angle. And then down here, we have a couple of these big ones. So we'll just do, does this one have it on the other side? Nope. All right, we'll do this one. We'll repeat, it's okay. So we'll do this one. And then, oh, I've got another one in here. Look at that. We can do this one. Got to just get that little tiny one. I think we can use this one over here. Hopefully, even though it's a light color, it will still work. All right, so we've got this one. then this one, and then we'll just do this open one right here. They have so many different pieces. All right, and this one can go right there. Actually, let's switch it for this one. And these were also put up with dimensionals. Well, the two of them were. So it was, this one is glued. Let's see, this one's on last. So we put this one on a dimensional. I liked them at different heights. I thought it was kind of fun like that. So we're going to put that one there. And then I'm going to use my glue on this one. Put it this way. And then I put this one up on a dimensional as well. And stuck him like kind of over top. Like that. And then we have to have our little letter here coming out of the mailbox. So I think this is, nope, that's E. Here's one. All right, so I have a little tiny one here. I'm going to do the same thing I did the other way, or the other one. I cut it a little angle off of there, and I'm just going to stick a little tiny dot of glue. And then I'm going to line the, whoops, angled edge with the line of the mailbox. There we go. Kind of like it's coming out of the mailbox. And then I did the special delivery on this one, and I think that was 3. We can do just this, and it was a half an inch. Whoops. All right, and that is also Poppy Parade, and I don't think we've used special delivery yet. I don't think I have that up on a, there they are. Found them. All right, nope, we haven't. Special delivery is here. All right, I'm going to get a block and grab my little piece here. And we're going to do special delivery in Poppy Parade. And this one's hard to open and close. Jeez, goodness. All right, let's move that out of the way. All right, and this one is one of those that is the same way with me. But that one's doing good. It's got this little, like, on top of the D, it's got a little, like, curly Q thing. And I was having trouble getting that to stamp nicely. It was smearing. I just have to keep using them, and then they eventually work. There we go. And I put this over top of my bear. Right here. And I popped this up on dimensionals, and I used a mini on here, and I did it towards the inside. Just make sure that's dry. And that way it kind of popped it up off its feet. I'm going to take these off. Then I'm just going to cover his little feet with it. Like that. Isn't that cute? Adorable. All right, then we're going to go back here and we're going to put our peppermints on here. Because the North Pole has, you know, candy canes and peppermints. And I'm going to use one here. I just thought it was kind of fun to have it on the inside. You know, when you open it, you're going to have, you know, a little surprise inside, and you're going to want to have that funness underneath it. All right, and so for the packet of hot chocolate, what I did, I just took the packet, and this is just from a paper pumpkin, and I just folded it as nice as I could, and I just kind of wrapped it around just like that. And actually used one of my little stickers for when I put my names and stuff on my card, just because I didn't have any stickers that would go with this. So I was like, well, I'll just use one of mine. So then I just stuck a little sticker there, and then to get it inside, you just fold it down on the top here, and then here on the bottom. And you don't have to wrap it. I just thought it would be fun with it wrapped. All right. So then we're going to close this piece here, and then close our top, and then tie a bow. And this is so cute. Such a fun little gift. And I love this balmy blue ribbon. It's so pretty. There we go. Get that there. Probably should have left myself a little bit more ribbon, but it's okay. I don't like to waste my ribbon, so I always cut too little. There we go. All right. That guy's a little long. All right. Then I'm just going to snip these at an angle. This one's frayed. There we go. Isn't that pretty? It's a little crooked. It's okay. And we have to add our dots, our deer dots. And for this one, I added the petal pink. I thought that that would be really pretty with the card base. There we go. And that's our final project. Isn't that so pretty? And it opens, and when you untie it, the inside looks like that. And then this. So cute. All right, let's look at everything that we have made this evening. So that was number 3. This is number 2. And then, whoops, this is number 1. This is the little box. And this one opens this way, and we have a little bit of pretty paper down in there. And then we just close it back up. There we go. And the cute little box. All right, you have to let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. Oh yes, thank you, Marrier. Yes, they are so cute. I had so much fun with this bundle. I liked creating like these two where they're kind of different than what I normally do with a card. So let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. And my next live is going to be Monday, August 25th at 6:30 p.m. And I'm going to do this bundle again. I'm going to do it with the stamps because I didn't really use the stamps. I did the DSP. next week we're going to be doing this one again with brand new projects. If you haven't already, go ahead and follow me on all my socials. I have Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And if you enjoyed this video tonight, please put this emoji down in the comments so I can say thank you so much for watching and sticking till the end. Make sure you give this a video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. And thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me tonight. I enjoyed so much bringing you these projects. They were so cute, and I can't wait to bring you more projects next week. So I will see you back here next Monday for a brand new video. Bye.